Dr. Gregory Artner here. Thank you all for coming over to this channel. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. And if you think the content is worthy to be shared, please be generous and share. Today, we're going to talk about Elaine Thompson Herah and where she is right now on this journey. You know, I've been listening to some of the vloggers out there, and almost every one of them believe that Elaine Thompson Herah career is over. Now, I was really optimistic when I heard that Stephen Francis was contemplating taking back Elaine Thompson Herah, because when we went deep into the conversations and the interviews that he had, and he broke it down in layman's terms as to the situation facing Elaine and her future. But as it appears right now that Stephen Francis has put the final nail in Elaine Thompson Herah's coffin in terms of reviving her career, because it is obvious based on the information on the street that Elaine has no intention to go back under the tutelage of MVP and Stephen Francis. And I think that is one of the biggest mistakes she has made in her career at this point. And I'm saying that to say that some of the things that Stephen Francis said about her injuries and how difficult it is to keep her healthy weekly, daily, and monthly, that I was hoping that Elaine Thompson Herah would look deep into what Stephen Francis was saying and have a change of heart, because at the end of the day, with all the information that I have gathered, that it was in her best interest if she was able to negotiate an agreement with the MVP group and Stephen Francis based on mutual respect. But at this time, as much as it pains my heart to say that I am leaning with those other vloggers to say that this might be the beginning of the end. And the reason why I'm saying that, because Stephen Francis and the MVP crew have already begun their off-season training, and Elaine is not there. And I know that when an athlete is going through challenging times, in a moment like this, in Elaine's situation, she needed to find a home sooner than later. And no one really knows where she's going to be. There are speculations that it might be somewhere in Italy, somewhere in Florida, somewhere in LA. But until it is final that she has a home, and then when you look around the situation, when you look around, you will see that the level of knowledge that the person that she now selects to guide her future, that they must be up to the time with information that can keep her healthy. Because as Stephen Francis says, the hardest thing when you're coaching an athlete like Elaine is to keep her upbeat and to keep her healthy. I can tell you this, that when I went over to Elaine's page and I was looking at her facial expression and I was looking at her body type, I realized that this is a person who is under a lot of stress. You can see that she has lost a lot of weight in her face, her arms. And as an athlete who was in the game at the highest level, I know what that means. And I can tell you that I wanted the reunion not for my own sake. I wanted the reunion just like how a lot of fans out there for Elaine Thompson Herah wanted the reunion, because as it looks now, as Mr. Francis says, that it takes a certain mindset, knowledge and expertise to be able to engineer a talent and a body type like a Elaine Thompson Herah, because the hardest thing is to keep her healthy. Now, to my viewers and my subscribers, I would love to have the conversation with you. What do you think about this situation at this point in the year? Elaine Thompson Herah still has not found a coach that can convince the world that he has the knowledge and the expertise to guide her at the latter stages in her career. Please feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. Now, I can tell you that it is difficult for any athlete to compete at their highest level when they're under a lot of stress. And when I look at Elaine, you can tell that she is going through a lot. I don't know if she has the support needed to help her to overcome these things. But even when we look into the last injury that she received, that was season ending, no one is talking about the status of that injury. Has she overcome that injury? How severe was the injury? What type of injury it was? No one can actually shed any light on that, because that too is kept a secret. And at the end of the day, I can tell you that if the athlete don't make good decisions, that these situations can deplete all of their financial resources. So I hope that as Elaine takes the next step into the final phase of her career, that she would go back to the drawing board and think about these things deeply, carefully, and find the right people who can help her to pave a better way forward. Because as it stands now, there are so many questions to ask and to answer, and no one seems to have the answers to these many questions. As I close with this video, I just want the world to know, and the young athletes to know, that what transpired in the career of Elaine Thompson Herah is disappointing in so many ways. We can take a study of this and we can see where poor decisions, bad decisions can impact a life for the worse. We have seen it happen over and over. I've seen it in athletics time and time again. And the sad thing about it is that the athletes do not seem to get it. That when it comes to success, it is not by chance. It is the team of people that you have around you, the advice that you get, the counsel that you get, the support and guidance that you get from the people who love you the most and want the best for you. That is what ensures that an athlete can become a champion and stay that way. Now, it is truly unfortunate when we look at the rise and the fall of Elaine Thompson Herah, and we continue to look down the pathway, and we see that it appears that she herself don't seem to understand the magnitude of what is going on with her right now. I personally wish her the best. I personally wish that she is able to pull herself from this situation. I doubt it though, because when I look around and what I see and what I hear, it appears that everybody is worried about Elaine except Elaine. My viewers and subscribers, please feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. I thank you all for listening. I am Dr. Gregory Horton. Have a blessed day.